Hi friends! Welcome back if you're a returning viewer. If you're new here, I'm Mother Berry, aka Mom B, aka Jenna. I post working mom, motherhood content, all things like health and wellness and just parenting in general. Today I am finally making myself finish redoing my son's room. It has been a mess for like a week and a half or so at this point. I'll just show you as I talk, but I took out all his toys, all his clothes, went through them. When I hang up his clothes, I like to hang them up in outfits. So I'll show you here. So I have these clips that I can show how I do my closet system, but I hang them up in outfits. So that's all outfits mostly. Other stuff. I have more clothes to get hung up, but I have a track system in here I put in before he was born. And I had it set up in a really great way with these shorter shelves. It worked really well when he was an infant because I also had this in the closet and then a bigger cubby thing like this right here. It was really tall, and now I have that in my closet. So we took that out because I don't really think he needs it. We're going to keep this one out because it's smaller and he can reach more on this one. And then we're just going to leave room for shoes at the bottom, clothes up top. But since it's a track system that I put in, it makes it super easy to redo it completely. And so that leaves more rooms for like boxes and little beds of stuff so I can cycle out his toys. Right now, even I get a little bit overwhelmed with all the stuff that he has and how long it takes to pick up. We did really well when he was like 6 to 12 months old, I feel like. He went through a good stage where I had gone through some toys and he was still in like his little playpen era. Now that he's gotten older, he walks, he's like in that toddler playing stage. I feel like he just needs another like reset of his room to just be more age appropriate and to be on his level. So we need less toys out because he can get more out. So we need less out at once, but be able to cycle through them, like kind of in a Montessori type way. I think people, whether you do Montessori style things or not, like that's common now is to cycle through toys. People are more aware like how overstimulating too many toy options can be. So that's kind of what we're doing now. We're also just going through his stuff that he has just to kind of go through things. So yes, that's what I'm doing. I want to set you on the tripod and we're going to go through some stuff together and reorganize this place and have it looking brand new. I have a bunch of different size bins, some little ones, big ones, all kinds of stuff. And I also got, which I think are going to make a big difference, these little bags I'm going to use for little puzzles, like toys that come with like little pieces. It's a little bit overwhelming, but I think I can make it great. I don't know where I'm going to do it, but he's getting close to the stage where he's going to do like dress up things like that. So I want to have him, I think, right here in this corner next to his closet. I think I want to either drop down this mirror or add another mirror or something and do just like a little dress up corner. Come along on this Sunday. I've got my Alani to keep my pep in my step. I also have to put the stuffed animals somewhere because I think I'm going to do in a corner somewhere one of those like mesh hammock things where it keeps all the stuffed animals. All right, enough chit chat. Let's go. Share real quick that like organizing your kid's room or like making it nice doesn't have to be expensive. You may have to put some investment in it, but there is probably ways that you can do it for very, very little money. We're on a very, very tight, strict budget right now. I found these little mesh bags that people kind of talked about or I know have been popular at Target in the like bullseye $5 bin section or whatever, and they were $1 each. I could afford it, so I got a bunch of them. By a bunch, I think 10. But if I didn't have these, I probably would have used like the big Costco thing we have of like gallon storage bags and just done the same thing with some plastic storage bags and put less in them so they didn't tear and just separated the toys a little bit more. To label them, I mean, I have a fancy label maker, but like I'm literally using a roll of masking tape that we've had forever and a Sharpie. I would also say that if you are wanting some like storage ideas, because I know the actual bins that you put stuff in can get really pricey. We bought just 2 of the like lid locking ones and they were like $10 each, 20 or something. I'm pretty sure they were like $20 each, which is insane for a storage bin. But a lot of times you may have some around the house. Go through what you already have. You may not need a storage bin, or you may not need what's in the storage bin. So then that frees up one. Or Facebook Marketplace, a good place to look. People might be giving them away for super cheap or just free. I mean, you could look at it. So that's just an idea. It doesn't have to be fancy. If you have the means, go for it. Great. But if you don't, like, that's okay. Like, I want to show one more thing. That I'm very into childhood education. I was a teacher for a while, so that's very interesting to me. Like, childhood psychology, early childhood education, things like that. I do love the concept of like using like these little wooden bins, like very simplified activities to store in each one. I used to have all these wooden blocks in a big basket. It's in the closet right now. But this wooden bin that would probably usually be like, I don't know, probably expensive or just some kind of money, is like I used from an old gift we had. I cleaned out our little like Lazy Susan pantry area and repurposed this was, you can see it says Global Gourmet on it. I don't want to do this and you, like, all the blocks fall out, but if you can see that even just a little bit, it used to have hot sauces in it. We got it as a Christmas gift, my husband did, and it had this little like clear sheet over it, and it had these little things where it organized all the different hot sauces in it. But I just cleaned out our pantry and I was like, hey, I could use that bin for that. It's really a lot about getting creative with what you already have. So that's a nice thing. I can put this out. It's all his wooden blocks. They all fit in there. Just simple enough. Or if you don't want to do a Facebook Marketplace, talk to people you know. If you have friends that you think, hey, do you have any extra storage bins laying around? Like, I'm always happy to give away stuff to friends if I think they need it and I'm not going to be using it. They don't all have to be uniform and perfect. Like, mine definitely are not about to be. Something else I want to share is how I'm splitting stuff up. You should split stuff up for whatever makes sense for your household, whatever makes sense for your kid. So, like, in this one, I simply just have a Mr. Potato Head and his parts. Super simple, don't have to overcomplicate it. That's it. So, like, this one, I have, like, sensory fine motor skills. You don't have to get that specific. You could literally just be, like, whatever you want. Like, puzzles, farm toys, like, whatever. That's the kind of stuff like my brain goes to when I'm switching stuff up. I was like, oh, I want to get a fine motor skills toy out. But also, I want to say, if you put like categories like that of like stuff to put them in, think about how you're going to present them to your kid when you like have them out. So like these are all in a bag, but if I want to get a couple of the like fine motor skill or sensory toys out, I've collected like some little baskets and like, this is like a Melissa and Doug thing that came with like this bagel sandwich. It came in this, but we just keep it with all his play food in the kitchen. So we don't really need this except for like to repurpose. It doesn't have to keep the bagel stuff in it because all his food mixes together anyway. So like one of these baskets I would probably use to put like a couple of sensory or like fine motor skill things in, or what any other toy. It doesn't have to just be that. But like keeping some empty baskets around for like when you put toys out in the little cubbies for them to use, or you can, put the pencil and paper or whatever the situation is, having something to like present the toy with, if that makes sense. Like, great, you have all this storage and place to put it, but like, how are you going to present it? Are you just going to sit on the shelf? Are you going to put it in a little basket? What are you going to do? So just something to think about. Okay, it doesn't look like it, but a lot of progress has been made. I was able to sort through and get all these toys stacked up right there. About to put some like shoes and other storage up there. But I'm going to end it right here for now because my son woke up from his nap and he's probably going to play in here and stuff while I'm cleaning. I hope this has given another mom or parent great ideas of how to organize and been a little like cleaning, organization inspo. So like and follow for part 2. But thanks for watching so far. Come back for the end result.